Hi, my name is Lisa, and I am specifically doing this video for all of the psychiatrists out there, medical professionals, um, people in the FDA, and pharmaceutical companies. I say professionals lightly, tongue-in-cheek, because of the experience I have been through. It has been absolutely horrific. I am, as of today, 1,036 days free from the benzodiazepine clonazepam. I was ripped off of it way too fast by my psychiatrist. It has caused severe damage to my brain and my nervous system. I'm a year and a half off of Seroquel, and I was on 15 other mind-bashing, disabling, soul-sucking psychiatric drugs through the course of 7 years. And all of this started because I was just having a situation in my life that caused some insomnia and anxiety. Normal life stuff. I was sucked into the vortex of psychiatric drugging. A hell that some people don't even pull out of, and many people never pull out because they can't get off the drugs, and other people just commit suicide because of how horrific this is. I want you to hear me. I want you to listen to me. I want to explain to you what one day is like. Almost 3 years off of benzodiazepine. If you want more detail than what I'm going to give you, you can go to madinamerica.com and look up Lisa D, letter to my doctor. Why don't they know? I sent it registered to her over 2 years ago. I have not heard back. If you want more information about my day-to-day symptoms, you can go to Lisa D Benzo Withdrawal, my channel on YouTube. I also am going to be writing, or I have written, a chapter that's going to be in a book called The Aha Effect. The aha moment when I realized these drugs were slowly killing me. I also plan on publishing things in the future and being a forerunner in the fight against the evil of psychiatry. It has been horrific. I have had 7 hospitalizations, inpatient, weeks of outpatient, all because I was put on these drugs supposedly trying to heal a chemical imbalance in my brain. I want you professionals to think about this. There's not one test you give any of us, not one diagnostic test to prove this chemical imbalance, not one. How foolish are we as the patients to just follow your misguided wisdom? We just fall in line and drink the Kool-Aid, and I was one of them. And I'm out here to tell you, and anybody else listening to this, to think about what you're doing. Your brain is the most sensitive organ, and doctors, supported by these money-hungry drug companies, you are just pouring these pills into us. You're playing Russian roulette with our brain. My doctor would sit there shaking her foot nervously, just not knowing what to do with me. I could tell she just didn't know what to do. She actually said to me that I was one of her top 5 most difficult patients and the highest functioning of them all while she was nervously shaking her foot. She didn't know what to do with me. And I'll tell you why, because her drugs were causing the issues. I never had a mental illness. I went through a tough time in my life. And I was diagnosed with agitated depression and bipolar 3, not even in the manual yet, and bipolar aspects and possible mood disorders, and on and on and on, from just at the age of 44, a tough time in my life. And I was drugged and drugged and drugged and drugged out of my mind. I was on 5 drugs at a time, sometimes in the psych ward, locked up, sleeping for 1 hour on 5 sedating drugs. What I have been through is absolute insanity until I decided to get off the merry-go-round, until I had that moment where I said, the drugs aren't the answer. I'm not mentally ill. What are these people doing to me? The more side effects, the more drugs the FDA or the companies can come up with, the more money they can make. It's a big, evil scam. And everybody's falling in line, believing it. We believe these doctors that we just worship and would never question. I will never again not question a doctor. And yes, I've been to neurologists, I've been to ENTs, I've been to the ER, I've been to my regular doctor. They look at me like, we don't know. I guess it's the drugs. We don't know. We cannot help you. They don't even know about benzo withdrawal. How can you people not even know about this horrific situation that so many people are in? Are you closing your eyes and ears to it? Do you love being in denial? What is it? I wish somebody would wake up, some prominent big person out there in this profession, and speak some truth to it. You are killing people with these drugs. All they do is make the original situation worse. They cause more anxiety. They cause anxiety if you never had anxiety. They cause more depression. They make you feel crazy. They make you feel like you're losing your mind. They're destructive and evil. Go to Dr. Peter Breggins' Simple Truths About Psychiatry YouTube station and listen to him. Listen to him. Listen to what he says in the book, Your Drug May Be Your Problem. There is information coming to light, and I am here to tell you that these drugs have near ruined my life. 10 years, and my doctor wouldn't listen to me when I told her about the symptoms, when I questioned her. It was just more and more and more drugs, and I was getting more and more and more sicker, and there's no acknowledgement of that. The mile-long list of side effects and the information given with the drugs is true. Those things are true. You get so sick on these drugs. This was my day yesterday, day 1035. I do not drive. I go to my business periodically when my husband takes me in and do only what I absolutely have to. I spend almost all my time at home in bed rocking because of this Bodhi feeling, in a constant state of derealization, depersonalization, tinnitus, extreme head pressure, heavy limbs, buzzing skin, muscle pain, obsessive racing thoughts. This is my life, but I'm fighting through it. I'm fighting my ass off. So yesterday I said yes to an invitation to go to a little talk at a local coffee shop that my friend was giving. The second I walked in, I realized I shouldn't have been there. I found a corner. I got in a chair, turned it away from the crowd. I sat there and panicked at the thought of being in that room with these normal people. I felt so small and insignificant and invisible and unable and incompetent. No confidence, sitting in that chair rocking, hoping nobody came up to talk to me, hoping I wasn't called on to participate, hoping they didn't even know I was in the group because I sat away from everybody. And then I had to go to the bathroom. 10 minutes to talk myself into going to the bathroom. These are my thoughts. When I get up, what if you stumble from this bodiness, which happens often? What if you can't get your footing right away and everybody stares at you? What if you gasp, which happens sometimes? What if you just can't spot the door right away and you look like you're just floundering around? What if the door makes a lot of noise? This went on and on. Why did you wear heels? Oh my gosh, why did you wear high heels? Which is stupid when I wear high heels. But I went because I'm a warrior, because I'm not going to let your drugs take me out. I'm just not. I'm fighting my booty off. And I went to the bathroom and the same panic filled me when I had to come back. This is how I live my days. This is me going to a movie, which I do once in a while, grabbing my husband's arm, keeping my head down, trying not to stumble, begging that there's a row in the seat in the top row because I need to rock, and hoping that the person next to me is not going to be too freaked out by my rocking, and wondering how little I can rock and still try to control this, and freaking out that I might have to go to the bathroom, and making sure I don't drink 2 hours before, and knowing I'll never make it if I do have to go to the bathroom before the movie ends. This is how I live my life. I have not been in a mall. I have not been to a festival. I have not been to the zoo. I can't take a walk in my neighborhood because of the derealization. I feel like I'm living in a fish bowl and this tiny little fish laying dead on the bottom of it, and I can't even get up, much less get out of the bowl. I'm locked in myself with depersonalization. It is hell on earth to live like this. And tens and probably hundreds of thousands of people are living in this effed up state every minute of every day. People are killing themselves. My brother, diagnosed schizophrenic 20 years ago, died of unknown causes this past year. He was on a boatload of medications, living in squalor, and I know those drugs killed him. I know they did. I could see it. I could see his decline, mental, physical. He was completely losing who he was. There are other ways. Stop drugging the masses. Stop doing it for personal gain and for financial gain. And doctors, stop listening to this. Listen to your patients. Watch these videos. Do your research. Please open your eyes to the devastation these drugs are causing. They are not the ultimate answer. They are not. They are ruining lives. They have taken so much from me. I'm a damn good actress. I push through these days and many people don't even know what I'm going through, but it is hell on earth. Minutes are hours, hours are days, days are weeks. And I don't know when this is going to end. I was sucked into the most evil vortex I can imagine. And I am out here to tell you, people suffering, be a voice, speak out. And doctors and people in the business and even therapists whose patients are on these drugs, they ultimately do not help the majority of people. I don't have all the answers, but I know the human experience should not be drugged. Yes, life sucks. Life's hard. Yes, there's grief and people are pensive and apathetic and depressed and anxious and everything you can imagine. Why do drugs have to be the answer? Let's dig deeper. Let's dig deeper for answers, people. And I hope my doctor sees this somehow. I'm praying she sees this. I want an answer. I want you to answer all those questions I had in that letter. I want to know what you have to say, seeing I was one of your most difficult patients and now I'm speaking out about this. It would take a lot of guts to answer me. Do you have those guts? Do you have enough guts to say, hey, I was wrong. I need to reevaluate what I'm doing. I need to reevaluate those patients sitting across to me in these like 13-minute med checks when I'm shaking my foot and, raking in the $200 an hour. I've forgiven you because I have to keep myself sane and I have to keep my heart right. But I'm not going to stop speaking out about the horrific, horrific hell that I'm in. And so many of my friends in cyberspace. Please wake up. I will be back. You're not going to hear only one video and only one little speech from me. I'll be back. This has to stop.